Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Boundary Brilliance. Three shifts to reclaim your time, your energy, and your sanity. Rolling, we want you to know this is not a lecture, it's a reset for your energy. We're not teaching you how to say no for no sake. We're showing you how to protect what matters more. Oh, what matters most, not more, most.
Most of all. So I know we've got Glenda with us, and Glenda, if you're tapped in and you want to put just one word in the chat about how your energy is this week. And if you're new to Zoom, the chat is typically just at the bottom. And actually, since we're a small group, it looks like you're unmiked, Glenda. So if you want to just give us one word about your energy this week.
My energy has been really good. Oh, that's more than one word. Sorry about that. It's been fabulous for me.
Oh, I
Fabulous.
like that.
Yeah, that is great.
My energy's been pretty good too this week.
Yeah,
How about yours,
likewise.
Diana? Good,
Yeah,
good, good.
really.
Yay.
Very, very up and yeah.
Awesome. But I'm going to invite those of us here and those of us listening in later to just really bring ourselves into this moment in time. I'm so thrilled that we all have had a high energy start to our day and we're doing great. But let's just really hone it in and get focused into this moment. So if you want to soften your gaze or close your eyes just for a few seconds and feel your feet on the ground and really get grounded into this present moment. And take a conscious, intentional breath to really bring you in and anchor you into this moment. Forget everything prior to this and everything coming up after this. And let's just get what we are here to get as a group and as individuals. All right.
Well,
Mhm.
speaking of being in the present, by the end of this masterclass, here are our promises to you. You'll be able to spot 2 to 3 energy leaks, but with compassion and clarity. You'll be able to use guilt-free boundary language that preserves relationships and your sanity, and anchor boundaries in daily habits that protect your vitality, little self-care habits. And you're going to leave with
Mhm.
your first personal boundary brilliance script to use right away.
Yay.
Yeah.
So, who are we? In case you don't know us, I'm Teresa Lysum, and this is Diane Amelia Reed. And together, we're the Vitality Continuum. We
Yes,
should have
we are.
practiced so we could have said that in
I
tandem.
know, right? The vitality continuum. We help evolving women in midlife and beyond who feel disconnected, drained, or stuck in patterns of giving, uh, largely to everyone but themselves,
Mhm,
and to
mhm,
help them reclaim their energy, their confidence, and that kind of inner calm by discovering their strengths and
mhm,
creating a personal pathway that makes self-care simple, soul aligned, and sustainable.
mhm. And
Good.
just to confirm, you are seeing the slide, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So you're in the right place if you're ready to choose you without guilt, feel energized instead of drained, set boundaries that honor your rhythm, and feel purposeful, not pressured.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's worth, I mean, this sounds wonderful and lofty, but it's worth looking at what gets in the way. And here are a couple of statistics that Teresa and I found kind of jaw-dropping.
Mhm.
Just the high percentage of women, particularly with the 40% of time poverty, caring for others. Sometimes they're sandwiched in between caring for kids and caring for parents. And this has a huge impact on time, obviously, and as a result, on mental health.
Yep, for sure.
And that that ends up having a real cost, like dollars and cents cost. And when you're feeling burnout, there's a loss of income. Your mind can be foggy and you make bad business or life decisions.
Yep. Yep.
And just often the no boundaries means no balance. And when you're not in balance, it's just hard to stand in your own 2 feet and feel centered. I mean, centered and off balance, they're kind of opposites. And we're going for balance, and that gets helped with boundaries.
Yeah. And just know that you're not slacking. You're just out of sync with what you need.
Mhm. So let's just imagine for a minute, a year from now, what could your life look like with sustainable self-care woven in? Self-care
Mm.
that's so integral to who you are that you don't think about it any more than you think
Mhm.
about brushing your teeth. Let's
Mm.
just give it a minute.
And it's easy and so doable. And we're so happy because we took the time to create these self-care habits for ourselves. And we're so happy that we honored ourselves to be able to put this in place for ourselves.
I know I would be, I would say this sentence less. What was I doing? Because for as often as I shift gears, so what
Uh-huh,
was I
uh-huh.
doing? And and I'm facile at getting back to it, but I don't want to have to repath
Mm-hmm.
sometimes multiple times in under 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess as I think a year out, as I expand my self-care, it would mean more trajectory in the same direction for greater lengths of time.
Mm-hmm. Not like restarting and
Yeah,
restarting. Is that what you mean? Like, yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Sounds like a great vision.
Glenda, do you have a thought?
Well, I was reading the sign or the what you had written there, and I just started making myself go to the gym. Um, and last week I went 3 times. I've gone 3 times this week, and
Mm.
I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to it. I bought a new pair of workout shoes that are sparkly.
Oh,
So,
yes, yes, yes.
it's yeah, I'm making a statement. I'm not sure what that statement is, but hey, look at me.
I was just going to say, I am here.
I'm here
Yeah.
and I'm
Show
shining.
me.
So, yeah, I mean, when I was in my 20s and et cetera, then I worked out regularly and then I just kind of let it go by. And I'm happy that I'm making myself make this into a habit. I just started it.
Great.
I've got a long way to go,
So
but
think about a year from
way
now.
yeah,
What,
yes, I can vision it being part of a regular routine or not even a routine, part of my day.
Mhm.
And I want to be strong for when my son has children so that I can,
Mhm.
help grandparent. So
yeah,
yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Great. All
yes,
good reasons. All good reasons. So we applaud you and honor you for doing that.
Oh,
absolutely.
thank you.
And celebrate yourself.
So it's sometimes though we need boundaries to protect that go to the gym time or to protect that I need to meditate time or I just need to be still for 5 minutes. And it's important to say that as this slide says, boundaries aren't walls, they're filters.
Mhm.
And they let in what's aligned for your best self. And they filter out what drains you. So it's we will say this again and again and again. It's not about saying no. It's about saying yes to you
Mhm.
on par with all the
Yeah,
other yeses you give out.
yeah, for sure.
Mm.
And this has come up the last couple of days for me in what I'm listening to, seeing, whatever. It's all about, in my opinion, discernment. Discerning what boundaries are, what we're putting in place, what filters I'm using. And I really am protective of my energy. I was thinking about that this morning. I'm very protective of my energy. And I didn't really equate it to a filter, but now as you were speaking, I kind of brought those together in my head.
Mm.
So we just want to each share a story about having to put boundaries in place.
Mhm.
So just quickly, I had a friend who was going through some marital issues. She would call me and complain and, try to really I guess complain is the only word I can come up with about what was going on in her life. And I just dreaded her phone calls. Like I didn't want to go there because I was protective of my energy even then. And like I just did not want to go down the rabbit hole with her. So I had to have a conversation with her that I can support you. I can help you find solutions. I can encourage you. I can be, a positive influence, but I can't go on the negative side. And sadly, it did end the relationship, but I felt it was important for my integrity to voice that out loud.
Yeah, that couldn't have been easy.
It wasn't.
Heart was probably a flutter when you
Mm-hmm.
launched into that conversation.
Yes.
And the fact that it did end the conversation is really telling.
Mm-hmm.
Not the conversation, that friendship kind of
Right.
ended right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really clear indication of filtering.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
set that boundary and what was
Yes.
not aligned filtered away.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
Exactly.
I've had something kind of recently where I had to set conversational boundaries, and it has to do with friends of mine who are my age, who, and not just friends of mine. I mean, anytime I encounter this,
Mm-hmm.
where it's a presentation of, I need to be careful because I'm aging.
Mm.
Watch out, don't do that. Don't, maybe you don't want to get on that surfboard, it's maybe you're too old for that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, if it's not a friend, if I'm hearing that publicly somewhere, then of course I just like whoop and disengage from that reception. But with a friend, I have to say, look, that is not my belief. I work
Mm-hmm.
really hard to keep my body strong, to keep my body flexible so that I can get on a surfboard without worry. I mean, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
of course I worry because I still suck at surfing, but it's fun and I want to keep trying. And I'm not going to ever drink in the idea that I'm too old for that because my bones are
Mm-hmm.
brittle or, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will say to a friend, I know you mean well
Mm-hmm.
with that, but that's not my belief. So I'm just going to go surf and if it's uncomfortable, I won't talk with you about it.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like what you said. I know you mean well,
Mhm.
which they do. They
Of
just want to
course.
protect you. They want you to be safe. And so they're just, giving you their opinion to you, but you can be discerning and make your own
Mhm.
choices. So
Yeah,
that's
I
the
look
power
forward to
we have.
listening.
We have the
That
power
is,
to make our own choices for sure. So thank you for
mm,
sharing that.
yeah, of course.
Okay, so we do want to point out that self-care is not a luxury. Some people think it is. Well, I'll get my massage once or twice a year, and that's how they define self-care. But we're changing that, we're flipping that because we want you to know that it's not a luxury, it's actually a strategy. So, as you said, you can do the things you want to do. As Glenda said, she could do the things, be there for her grandkids. So, we have to take care of this and this in order to have those long term goals. So the more you care for yourself, the more powerful, profitable, on purpose your work and your life become. So put yourself first.
Yeah. Self-care may be a bubble bath, but better if it's a bubble bath on your terms every single day versus
Yes.
one that you get to have, as you say, twice a year.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, Teresa, this, taking care of this, and we do drink in a lot of what we call myths, but they're so much in the ethos that it becomes very easy to believe them. And so we're going to bust a few.
Yes. So let's take a look at this first one. A good woman doesn't say no, or a good wife, a good mom, a good friend, a good daughter doesn't say no to those people around her. Well, we want to bust that myth first by saying what the underlying belief is, because there's always an underlying belief under these myths. So the underlying belief is my value comes from being helpful and available.
And you've heard me say this, and it makes me a little crazy, but so many people say to women as a compliment, "Oh, you're so selfless."
Oh, yeah.
And then she takes great pride in that. But that's at a cost. Selfless
Yes.
means I'm not
Yes.
spending time or energy or resources on self. Being selfless, being kind, being available, being loving is a wonderful thing, but until it depletes you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so we need to be filling that cup.
Yes.
So a great reframe of that idea, my value comes from being helpful and available, is my worth isn't tied to my service. Your worth isn't tied to your service. It's tied to your presence.
Love
Your
that.
presence is the gift.
I love that. So we want to switch that to a new belief being when I honor my limits, I model strength and self-respect. Boom, that even sounded empowering just saying that, just speaking that out loud.
I love the idea of, not just the idea, but the fact of modeling, where when you take time to honor yourself, everyone sees that. Everyone in
Mm,
your life sees that. Even eyes you don't know that are looking are
true.
seeing that and modeling. Yeah, oh, wow, that's how a woman takes care of herself. Maybe I can do that. And
Yeah.
and you know, the hard part is sometimes we don't know that's happening for someone else. We don't know how far our
Right.
doing our thing is spreading good juju.
That's true.
But Teresa and I are here to tell you, people are watching, and as
Yes.
you do you, you are uplifting. You're giving others tacit permission to do the same.
I was just going to say that we doing what we do, leading by example, we're giving them unspoken permission to kind of follow along,
Mhm.
do it their way.
Yeah, absolutely. So the second myth, if I set limits, I'll disappoint people.
Okay,
And
hang
of
on.
course,
I
the
got to pull it
underlying
back up
belief,
here.
ah,
There
the
we go.
underlying belief is that harmony is more important than honesty.
Mm,
Hmm.
Yeah,
mm,
that's
mm.
that lands.
That lands because I have harmony high. It's one of my superpowers, but um, sometimes that's not always needed. I mean, it's yeah, honesty it takes precedent for sure.
Mm.
And
Yeah. Oh, go ahead,
no,
Teresa.
no, please go ahead.
Well, just the reframe is that true connection thrives on authenticity, not on overextension.
Yeah.
And, I know how it feels, how it deepens a relationship for me when I know a friend is saying something to me, even if it's hard, that they're trusting me with their truth.
Mm,
And
hmm
I feel honored.
hmm Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
right.
like that.
I
Yes.
feel honored that they trust me enough
Mm-hmm.
to step into that vulnerable moment and speak their truth.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Love that. So we're gonna give you a new belief. The new belief is clear boundaries create safer, more respectful relationships. Boom.
Yeah.
Drop.
Makes sense.
And there's number 3. I have to earn rest.
That's a big
Ah,
one. That's a biggie.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
I
biggie.
know all 3 of us are Midwesterners where
Mm-hmm.
that work ethic is real.
Yep. Yep, it
And
is.
we grew up that way. And,
Mm-hmm.
basically, if your eyes are open, if you have
Right.
time to lean, you have time to clean. You know,
I've never heard that one, but I know
Oh
what you
my,
mean.
yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes.
And
Oh,
the
that's so
underlying
funny.
belief there is, oh my gosh, this was my upbringing 2000%. Productivity proves my worth.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. I mean, our society's like that in
Mhm,
general.
mhm,
Here in
mhm.
the States, productivity, productivity, busy, busyness, wearing that busyness as a badge of honor. And that's not truth. We'll just say that it's not truth. It's something we want to flip. So the
Yeah, so give us a
reframe,
reframe.
yeah, the reframe would be rest restores your brilliance and your power.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
That's good. That is good. Um, and then the new belief being, because we had that underlying belief, remember, that productivity proves our worth. But the new belief is protecting my energy is what lets me continue to show up fully.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm going to say that again. Protecting my energy is what lets me keep showing up fully.
Yeah. As opposed to doing a million things a little bit. Teresa,
Poorly.
I am loving that discernment word. When
Mm,
you use your boundaries and are discerning with how you spend your energy, you do show up more fully.
yeah, yeah, discerning is a good word. But yeah, so those are the 3 myths. We don't have to believe them anymore. They're lies that have been perpetuated for us, and we're here to put a stop to them. Yeah. Can I
Okay,
get can I get amen?
can I get an amen?
Amen.
Oh, and so it's worth a little glimpse at the sneaky ways that our energy kind of leaks out like a slow leak in a tire, where you don't ever notice it getting, it's just like
Mhm.
suddenly it's flat.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. We've all
And
been there.
we have. And sometimes these leaks, they show up in sneaky places. And it's often places where we're being generous, we're
Mm,
bringing our capability, we're being loving. But when they become constant or they start to cost us our vitality, our joy, our focus, like I was talking earlier, then spotting them isn't selfish, it's strategic.
mhm. Right. Oh, let me see. What am I supposed what am I supposed to be doing here?
Well, let's
Okay.
let's talk about leaks. Let's get leaky.
Oh my God,
So,
that's
Glenda, we're not putting you on the spot. We can all share here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Where in your week do you notice yourself feeling most drained? And again, think about it in one word terms. Maybe it's home, maybe it's family, maybe it's community, maybe it's, I don't know.
I'd have to say it's probably work.
Mm.
Okay. And
Uh,
Yeah.
for
can
me,
I?
it would be internet.
Ah, that's good.
Mhm.
Teresa, what's your one leaky word?
Mm. leaky word. Um, I'm going to say grandkids, but I have set boundaries around that time, but it could get leaky on occasion.
Mm.
Yeah. When there's some expectations there, or, not staying within those boundaries. Um,
You mean
but
expectations that you didn't sign on to?
yes, yes. But it
Yeah.
doesn't happen often, but okay, so we each have our leaks, and as we go through our day and our week, and we know we've had them in the past before we really knew better. And it's just that awareness, having that awareness that leaks could be insidious. Is that the word? Where they, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
they're just very, you don't really notice them till all of a sudden you feel drained, exhausted, burned out. Yeah, we came up across a word or a phrase called emotional labor.
Yeah, we
Okay,
were so
emotional
intrigued by
labor.
that.
Yeah, we had to like figure out what that meant. So this is emotional labor. It's energy spent holding other people's emotional worlds together.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ooh, women do that all the time. That's being a woman, basically.
Yeah, yeah. It's this invisible work of managing other people's feelings, their needs, their comfort, and often at the expense of your own.
Yes, yes.
And it comes in a
Ooh,
lot of packages.
oh my gosh.
Like soothing someone's frustration, even when you are upset too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or just trying to really minimizing your emotions because you don't want the kids, you don't want the family to see how you're really feeling.
Yeah, or it's on you to remember all the birthdays, to organize the group gift, to do the relationship maintenance in your family or at
Mhm,
work, to be the one
mhm.
who knows what needs to go on the grocery
Yeah.
list.
Yes.
It's it's this like super organizer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or, and this has really happened a lot when our kids were younger, at least for me, anticipating others' needs before they even ask. Like, I'm supposed to be able to read everybody's mind. That could be draining to your energy. That is definitely a bunch of energy leaks there.
Yeah.
I remember when I taught school for a very long time. So I was around, hundreds of kids in the course of a day. And I didn't realize this till after the fact, but a lot of teachers feel really drained at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of, the year. And it's because of all those little energy suckers, all those leaks that you're, and it's like, it took me like 25 years to figure out what was going on. So yeah, it could
And
be in
and
that scenario or at your job where other people, are expecting you and yeah, to do all these things for them.
yeah, and then we put our own expectation of us on top of that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
And
That's a
it's
good
the
one.
whole belief. And really in all of there's nothing inherently bad or wrong.
Right.
I mean, it's very sweet to get out in front of someone else's need when you choose to.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's unbalanced or unrecognized, then it really drains your reserves. Quick,
Right.
quick
Right.
like a bunny.
And I do want to reference, you talked about your work, Glenda. So just a couple work related energy leaks. Saying yes to extra duties because nobody else will. Nobody else is speaking up. So I guess I'll
Right,
do it, you know?
right. Hmm.
Or checking your email when you're off the clock, checking your work related email. And I did this all the time too when I was teaching, skipping lunch. Skipping breaks. I worked at my desk all the time. I never took a break. I just pulled out my lunch right there and did what I felt I needed to do. Or maybe staying late just to get one more thing done.
Exactly.
Those, yeah, those are all some energy leaks that are
Yeah,
popping up that we're just
including
not aware of.
that idea of oh, this could be a little better. This could be a little better. And getting
Mm-hmm.
kind of into a perfectionist
Perfect.
level
Yes,
mindset.
yes, yes.
Oh, I'm done. Oh, wait, no, I can't be done because it's not perfect.
Yes, yes. And
And
that's that personal expectation that you just mentioned. We put these levels of expectation on ourselves. So we're creating that energy leak ourselves for
truly,
ourselves.
I love the expression, do you want it to be perfect or do you want it to be done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've learned to choose done.
Right. Yes. Done but not perfect. Love. That's a big relief. At
Yeah.
least it was for me. Like you said, you want it perfect, you want it done. I've learned just to get it done as well. And that's just takes a big burden off of us.
Yeah, because you could probably look at something and many people would call it done, but you could just noodle it, do that one more thing,
Oh yeah,
put the
yeah.
cherry on top of the cherry on
Yes,
top of the
yes,
other cherry.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure. And then we'll just bring up just a few more for your own personal energy leaks. So ignoring your body's cues for rest, for quiet time, for
Mm,
a bite to eat.
yeah.
And
There,
I'm guilty of that. I am so guilty of that even now.
I mean, they come in lots of ways. It could be overextending for adult kids or overextending for aging parents or for members of your community. It could be over explaining decisions or making
Oh yeah, that's
apologies for your
big.
decisions. That's that's just little micro leaks. Saying it's fine
Ooh.
when it isn't. Oh, it's fine.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Even though in your head you're like, "Brr."
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we could go on and on for on all these energy leaks, but we do need to move forward. So let's go see what we could do about this. What's the solution? So let me see if I can get everything back lined up here.
Teresa and I do love acronyms. We do. That's a shared love of ours. And this boundary setting has a little formula to make it as simple as A, B, C.
And we like simple. Although the simple doesn't always mean easy, but it is simple, simple to remember. So this is a little formula we can all use when we know we need to set boundaries, where we have the awareness of those energy leaks, and now we've decided we need to create a boundary for that energy leak. So this is a guilt-free, being able to say no formula, affirm a boundary and close. And we're going to explain that for you. So affirm is you recognize the person, the request, the emotion, so you're keeping the empathy, you're acknowledging what they just asked you. You're telling them basically, I see you, I value you, and I've heard you. Okay, so we're affirming them. And then secondly, the boundary itself. You're saying clearly no, not now. And that's going to protect your energy and align you with your priorities. So you state what your boundary is. I kind of decide in advance, like with that conversation with my friend, I had to like really think about it in advance before I could voice it to her. So this might be something you want to practice or think about prior to confronting the person or the situation with your boundary. And I'm going to let you talk about the close, Diane.
Well, and it's important to say that this is the actual boundary. It's like making a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Good.
it's like making a cheese sandwich where there's bread, cheese, bread. Okay, I'm going to stop with the analogy.
Whatever sandwich you want.
Whatever sandwich you want. You've got the affirmation, then you've got the boundary in the middle, and then
Mm-hmm.
you close it, A, B, C,
Yes. Yeah.
and you end the loop gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
No long explanations, definitely no apologies, just a simple, confident close that signals completion. There's
Yeah.
energetic clarity in that and no guilt hangover.
Yeah.
So why don't we get specific and give some examples?
So that, yeah, so we give you an
Yeah,
example of the affirming piece, the boundary piece, and the close piece.
Mhm.
So here's a
So,
work example. Go ahead.
okay, yeah, and yeah, I mean, it could be a work, it could be a community, it could be a lot of things. So the affirmation is, I appreciate you thinking of me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take that on right now. That's the boundary, but I'd love to support you in another way. Close. So in this particular case, you're redirecting, you're giving another
Mm,
path,
that's
but
a
you
good
are very clearly saying whatever you just asked is not happening. So
I
the
like that
affirmation,
redirecting.
the boundary, and the close, that in this case is a redirection. Sometimes it's
Mm-hmm.
just a close.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Yeah, that's
I
good.
learned a good boundary sentence from someone who I know who gets requests on their time a lot. And it was, oh, I'd love to, I just can't.
Ooh, short and
Two
sweet.
sentences, two
To the
Short and
point.
sentences,
sweet.
and "Oh, I'd love to, I just can't." No explanation, no
Mm,
apology, the
that's good.
affirmation, the boundary and close, all wrapped up in two sentences. And
Oh,
it's
yeah, I love
elegant,
that.
and yeah,
Yeah.
I love that one.
That's very good. Very, very good. But we want to give you a few more examples.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Within your family unit, maybe over helping your adult kids or your relatives, and you're acknowledging them by saying, I can hear you're really stressed about it this week. Or I can see you're really stressed this week or today or whatever. And then the boundary is, well, I'm not able to come over tonight, but I can talk you through a plan for tomorrow. So there's that redirect. You're giving them another option. And then the close is kind of supportive of them. You got this. I believe in how you're handling it, or I know you can do this. So you're finishing up on a positive note.
Yeah. So again, the acknowledgement, the boundary, which in this case, again, includes a redirect. Can't come over tonight, but I can talk you through a plan for tomorrow. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one that can be uncomfortable, but it's with friends and social invitations.
Mm-hmm.
And the acknowledgement is, oh, that sounds like so much fun. I'm laying low this weekend to recharge. Let's find another time soon. I'd love to catch up when I'm refreshed.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I want to
That's
bring my
good.
best self to you, and it ain't going to be this weekend.
And I love this whole idea of this boundary sandwich, a boundary sandwich. That is great. Okay, let's do one more. Um, let me pick. I guess I'll pick the one with your partner, since we probably all have partners. Oh, I know this has been a long week for both of us. So you're acknowledging, what's right there in the moment. But I need a quiet evening to reset my energy tonight. And let's talk in the morning when I could be more present. That's pretty short too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're not angry. You're not coming from a negative emotion.
I like too the way it says when I can be more present. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
want to bring my best self to you.
Yes, yes.
And I don't have that right now. But you are my number one importance. And
Mm-hmm.
so if I can hit pause and rekindle, then I'm your girl first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I really like what you just said. You're again giving them the respect that they deserve, and you're acknowledging that they're important to you. But yeah, let's just put a hold on that for tomorrow or later today or whenever. Good examples. So what we're going to do, we'd like you to kind of jot down your own ABC, your boundary sandwich, that you could possibly use somewhere in your life. Okay, so we're going to give you a few seconds here, right? I'm watching the time here. I know we're coming down to about 20 minutes, but we want to give you time to just kind of craft something, a draft that you could tweak later and come back to. But we just want to be able to maybe help you come up with some ideas. So we're going to give you a few seconds to do that.
All right, I'm gonna actually set my timer for, what do you think? 30 seconds?
Sure.
All
And
right.
I'll play music. Do 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 do.
You're making me laugh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ooh, that was fast.
It was fast.
Okay. Um, so we all should have we're affirming, I could almost say edifying that person, that situation, then your boundary, and then your close, your love-filled, heart-centered close.
Yeah.
So you want me to start? Do
Do it.
we can, okay. And then if Glenda wants to share hers. So this has come up a few times. It's a very minor situation. And I don't even know if it's actually a boundary or not, but thanks for inviting me. I'm just not available then, but please invite me to the next one. Just something real simple. I don't want to be cut off from never being invited again. But I just wanted to let them, I don't want to go into big explanation. I just want it to be short and sweet.
Yeah.
That's all I got in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's good. Glenda, do you have one that you wish to share?
Well, it's very similar to hers. There's some ladies in the community that, let's go have breakfast, on Tuesday or Thursday or whatever. And I'll just, um, I would love to, but I'm not able to at that time. But next week,
Mm,
I'm free Tuesday if that works.
hmm.
So again, it's just kind of like you said, redirecting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
You're not
Good.
totally cutting everybody off, and you don't have
Hmm.
to really give an explanation. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. That's, does that feel comfortable to
Oh,
say?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Diane, you should know me by now. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not always going to be comfortable. So I
Yeah.
think it's good to kind of, again, think about it in advance. So
Hmm.
when you know a situation's coming up, or some things coming up that you're like, oh, I need to put a boundary around that. Just kind of this gives you something in your back pocket. And if you need to practice it a few times, practice it.
Right. Scripting is always good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking into the mirror, also
Hmm.
really good. So my 30 seconds produced this. I really want to support you in this. So give me 15 minutes to close my thoughts on what I'm working on right now, and we can focus together.
Love
Ooh,
that.
good
That's
one.
good. That's real good. Yeah. Thank you for that. Because we
That's
all
gonna,
have that when people are interrupting us.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Do we want to go ahead and mute and say them out loud, or do we want to put that off for right now?
Okay, let's give it 30 seconds. We're gonna mute and we're gonna say our statement, our ABC out loud into space so we can grab it from there next time we need it. All right, so I'm
Okay,
gonna
here we
unmute.
go. Here we go.
That felt good.
Yeah, did you notice your body in any way? How did your body feel after you said that out loud? Did it feel more relaxed? Did it feel different than maybe prior to that when you were in that situation?
It felt more energized.
Mhm. I think it's more empowering.
Hmm.
Like we're holding our own power.
That's a good word.
Mhm. And yeah. So that's something you can use in your back pocket. Simple as ABC. Let me flip that back on so we can take a look at that again. Affirm, boundary, close, boundary sandwich. Easy way to remember it. An ABC boundary sandwich. I love that. That's a good visual. Okay, so let's go ahead and quickly talk about energy anchors. We've talked about energy leaks. We want to just quickly reference energy anchors. So we have the picture of a tent here because everybody knows a tent is anchored at the four corners so it doesn't blow off in the wind.
That's right. And keeps you safe and protected.
Keeps you safe. Yes, yes. So anchors are daily actions that protect your vitality. They're like bookends or anchors for your energy. Okay, so that's our reference there. And so I'm going to ask, what's one tiny ritual you can start or end your day with to guard your energy?
Um,
Like an example would be a morning meditation, morning prayers, I do morning affirmations. Um, I also apply essential oils. So essential oils might be another one of my anchors that I use at that beginning part of the day.
Yeah. For
And
me, it's morning meditation is
mm,
non-negotiable, and it doesn't
mhm,
have to be long. I know there are people that meditate for 90 minutes, 2 hours. No, not I.
mm, mm,
It's
mm.
it's 10 to 15 minutes,
Yeah.
but it sets my day. And at the end of the
Hmm.
day, I stretch,
So,
always before bed.
so you're non-negotiable. These anchors are non-negotiable.
Yep.
You have your morning piece, your morning practice. You have your evening practice.
Hmm.
Mine is a gratitude, right out in my gratitude journal. And then you have those two other anchors that you want to sprinkle throughout the day. They could be stopping in between your task and just breathing. It could be stepping outside and enjoying the sunshine. It could be like, and one of my anchors is going for a walk. I have to have that walk in. That's a non-negotiable anchor. So you can determine what your anchors are, but just you put them in the ground, you stake them, you claim them, and you don't give them up for anything. So that's what we mean by energy anchors.
Yeah, and the fun thing about it is if you start and end your day and then have other little anchors peppered throughout the day, no matter how off the rails the rest of your day goes, you still know I have these things to take care of myself. And I have done it over time, and
Mhm.
that's who I am. I am a woman who has self-care anchors peppered throughout my day.
Mhm.
Touchstones, little
Yes. Yeah.
touchstones for
Yeah.
self-care.
Yeah.
I am a woman who does that for myself.
And that's our self part of our self-care. That is not a luxury.
No.
And we're setting boundaries for ourselves. We're respecting ourselves with those anchors. Okay, so I think we're going to take just a moment again to just take a deep breath, maybe relax our shoulders and let me get to the proper slide. And we're just going to look at this slide and we're going to say it out loud or silently, your choice. So I'll just read it and you can.
We'll read with you.
Okay. So no is
No, it
not
is not
rejection.
rejection. No,
No is
it is redirection.
redirection. And I'm going to invite you to put your hand on your heart.
Mhm.
My boundaries are
Boundaries are an
an
act
act
of
of
love
love for
for
myself
myself
and for
and
everyone
everyone
I
I serve.
serve. Mm. Amen again. Amen.
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 So hopefully you felt that maybe a shift or that sense of empowerment, or again, reclaiming your power by just saying, my boundaries are an act of love for myself and for others. That feels good just saying that.
It does.
Okay. I'm going to let you talk about our case study, Diane Amelia, and as
We
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 watch
had
the
it.
time again.
So yeah, I'll just dance across the highlights here.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a client, an educator, midlife, sandwich generation. She was working late every night and saying yes to extra committees while also caregiving at home, both
Mm-hmm.
to a parent and children. And her health was slipping. She was aware of it, and her joy was not where she wanted it to be. So through coaching, she identified her two biggest energy leaks, which were lack of time boundaries at work and guilt around prioritizing herself at home. So her new script, which was awesome to help her create it, is I love to contribute, but I'm at capacity right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to help right after I've had my quiet time. And by practicing these for 21 days, she reclaimed her evenings, and she just felt calmer with her family. Of course, her family noticed,
Mm-hmm. Of
and
course.
she rediscovered her creative spark. So when we make space typically in the form of time, all kinds of great things pop up.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So I know I do, but I'm wondering where you or do you see yourself in her story? Teresa, I know you do because we've talked about it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. But I do want to go into, I'm trying to be respectful of time here. We're down to just a couple of minutes, but I do want to review what we've already spoken about here. We had helped you identify your biggest energy leaks, or at least now you have an awareness around them. You know that they're out there and they're insidious. I like that word. That's my word for the day. We flipped some myths that keep you overextended. We taught you some guilt-free boundary language and gave you a new phrase, a boundary sandwich. We learned about those anchors quickly. We quickly learned about those anchors, having those anchors, those stakes in the ground that protect your energy. We did we experience a boundary activation reset? A little bit. Again, we're really kind of speeding things up here at the end, but we saw how boundaries played out in our case study.
Yeah, in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to tip my hat to our new vocabulary: discernment, insidious, ABC boundary sandwich. Those are good takeaways.
I love that. That's fabulous. So if you go away with nothing else, you go away with some new words to say. But we do want to give you a minute or two if you have any questions. We can certainly stay on afterward if you have more questions, but we do want to bring closure to this if people have to leave. But if there's a question right now, we can take one question.
I'm gonna have to leave. Diane, good to see you. Teresa, it was nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, so glad
Thanks.
you're here, Glinda.
Thanks so much.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
bye for
Take
now.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh,
So,
that was fun to have Glenda.
yeah. So if
Um,
you're watching the recording, you have any questions, please reach out to us. We're going to give you that opportunity here shortly. So we'll just skip that for now.
Yeah. And one thing we do want to offer, if you've registered and received this video and you're watching it, we want to invite you into a mini clarity call. It'll be a half an hour where you can either meet with Teresa or meet with me, and we can dive into one of your energy leaks
Mhm.
and together really craft the language that's going to help you feel secure in your saying of it to protect your
Mm.
boundary in a situation that maybe comes up on the regular.
Yeah, I like that. Because remember, we've learned that boundaries aren't about shutting people out or shutting them down.
Not
It's
at all.
about letting yourself, your best self in and out and
And out.
growing in and out.
Yeah. It's treating yourself with the same priority you have likely been treating others.
Yes, yes,
It's
because
just
you
making that
deserve
shift.
it. You deserve it. You've been
Absolutely.
giving to others. Now it's time for you to give to yourself on a more regular basis.
And it can feel unsettling,
It can.
especially if you've been in long-time relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And Teresa and I have created a tool. Is it okay to, is
Oh,
this okay
sure.
to chat?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
Please.
have created Brenda, your boundary bestie, and she is living out there in ChatGPT. And
Chat
for those
GPT land.
ChatGPT land is her address, but we've designed her so that you can either follow a prompt that's provided for you or just type in your own thing saying, if I have to say yes to this one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. Help me create a language to use around this. And Brenda, she's awesome. We will walk you through how to say love to can't.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, or not especially, but I find it helpful when that ask has been coming at me for years. And I've said
Yeah,
yes for
yeah, yeah,
years, and suddenly
yeah.
I'm doing something different. That feels a
Mm-hmm.
little intimidating.
Yes.
So it's right to Brenda, help me with some kind language to uplift and maintain my boundary sandwich.
Yes, your boundary. And what I'd like to do, we can't drop it in the chat because you can't receive it here, but I'm going to suggest and propose if you listen to this recording all the way through to the end, you reach out and let us know. We will send you that link personally.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. What else do we have for slides, Miss
Now let's
Teresa?
see. What do we have? Let me go back here. We have this awesome quote that I absolutely love. The first step isn't always loud, but it's always life-changing. Start small, start scared, just start. And that's kind of what I've lived by. And I've had to remind myself sometimes, like, just start. Like you, this is back to your perfect. Do you want it perfect or you want it just done? Just get her done.
Get her
Or do
done.
you want it to be perfect? We can talk ourselves into making sure everything's right, the timing's right, the ducks are in the row all the time until we're, 3 years down the road.
And nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. So yeah, so just take a step. If this is resonating with you, we certainly would love to chat with you personally. It doesn't matter who you reach out to chat with, but we are going to, let me get to the next slide, put this up again. So there's some QR codes so that you can take a picture of that. That'll get you on our scheduling board. And we'd really love to, once you receive this, if you want to schedule in the next couple of days, that would really be the best time while it's fresh. If you put it
Yeah.
off too long, you might not come back around to it.
Yeah, it'll get kicked down the road.
Yes, yes. So we do want to thank you. We are so thrilled you either attended in person or you're listening to this recording. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We know your time is precious, and we hope this has been helpful in giving you
We
your
are
power back.
for you.
Okay, my friends. Thank you so much.
Bye for now.